Hi, my name is Momin, and this is a presentation for SIT 223 Sprint 2 Retrospective. And My name is Momin, and I am security analyst and front end developer, as well as the Scrum Master for this project. And Ahmed Riaz, my fellow mate, is back end developer for this. And we are the group 8. So, overview of this group activity is that we did a research to select which technology stack would be suitable, and also we made a mock UI user interface design for this project, and we found out the security concerns and we overcame them. So this is the Trello board that we used in order to get ahead of our meetings and to-do list, and it helped us a lot in keeping track of all the points that we need to work on. First of all, we came across this decision upon which technology stack to use, and we were overwhelmed by the amount of options we had, like in web page design, interactive web interface, and DBMS, backed language, and hosting. So we used HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, Ajax, MySQL, Python, and AWS for Plan 1. And for Plan 2, we had particularly the same things, unless it had Oracle, SQL, PHP, and Azure for DBMS and back language. So we made a table in which we were able to see the strength, weakness, threats, and opportunity for each of these technologies, and it was listed over there as well. The similarities and differences between each of them was listed as well, in which we got to see that both uses the CSS3, HTML5, and JavaScript, and they both can actually run on different operating systems like Mac and Windows as well, and both are using the technologies that are currently widely used in the industry. And the differences were in Plan 1 is using Ajax, and Plan B is using actually React.js, which is they both have the same performance. And in Plan 1 we are using Python 1, whereas in Plan B we used PHP. In plan 1 we used MySQL, and which is very friendly, user friendly, highly scalable, and in Plan B we were using Oracle, which has a very good security. And in the last we use AWS, which gives global coverage, and in Plan B we use Azure, which has less global coverage. On the question of why we select Plan 1 was that each of our member was already uh, very good at it, and they had already very sufficient knowledge of it. And why we didn't use the Plan 2 was that we didn't have enough experienced team members with the Plan 2. So we selected the Plan 1 because it also had a very easier learning curve, and selecting Plan 2 would have taken us a lot more time to get familiar with other technologies, as we had inexperienced team members for the Plan 2. So we selected Plan 1 because we already had a very short amount of time. So the security concerns that showed up in this project was that one of it is brute force attack. Um, this happens when the attacker is trying to gain access of the account by hit and trial method, by trial and error method actually, and they keep on trying to get into the account. And so in order to um, get away with this type of attack, we have to use a very strong passwords with special characters and keys. So the other one was database attack. Use in which the attacker is able to gain access of the data. But in order to get away with this one, we use strong hashing algorithms, and we just encrypt everything in the database so that every encrypted thing makes no sense to the attacker at all, and without the decryption key. At last, no, second last thing was the SQL injection attacks, in which validation techniques were used in order to prevent the attacker to get access to the user's account. And last but not the least is password reset attack. Uh, for example, if the attacker gets access of one of our legitimate users' email and tries to reset the password by sending a verification code to that email, we use two-factor authentication method, which makes sure that the user that is trying to gain access to the account is actually the real one, and the two-factor authentication method makes sure that the real user is trying to log in into the account. So this was a login page that we created using Adobe, and this will be the main login page of our website. It will ask for the email and password, of course, and then main or the two-factor authentication will be required in order to log into the account. When we entered the email and password, it will ask us to enter the passcode that we just sent to the user's mobile phone. So the number will be a special unique code will be sent to the user's mobile phone, and user will have to enter that passcode in order to gain access to the account. So it makes sure that there is no attacker trying to access the account. So this is the main page of our login screen, and then we can enter the number of our asset to track our asset. And the if the asset is a truck or something and it has got a registration plates, so it will be typed as here as well, and then a live tracking of our asset can be accessed from here. So this is the dashboard. So the issues faced while making this project was it was very difficult to schedule meetings as everyone had a different busy schedule, and we still were able to hold meetings and discuss our project through WhatsApp chats. It was difficult to make a decision on which technology stack to choose, the plan one or plan two. Choose due to the doubts between the members of our team, because some of them were experienced in one thing and the other one was experienced in another. So every member had a different skill level and skill set. So it was at the end we were able to select plan one, and which was very time efficient for us as well. And what went well and what we will be using in the future sprints is that everyone worked on their assigned sections and helped each other. Trello board provided an easy way to plan, organize, and keep track of our work. It was really efficient for us, and we were able to organize our sections between us. MS Teams was a very great tool for the communication and making shared files to work on. What didn't go well was that we could not provide in depth details due to time limitations. If we had a bit more of a time in this project, we would be able to create a better UI UX designs as well, and better in depth details of our project. The lesson that we learned through this project was that to learn about newer technology so we can devote more time for the project. For example, in this task, we had two technology stacks, plan one and plan two. So we want to get a gist of both of these plans and select team members who are efficient in both of these technologies. and we should not have wasted time if we get stuck somewhere, and ask for help as soon as possible from any member of our team. We should not stick to one technology, and we should be swapping them um, one and forth. Even if meetings are hard to arrange due to busy schedules, the communication should be on top to keep things in touch and up to date.